Well, welcome once again to All Things Baltimore. I am ecstatic because our guest today is someone who I've watched and admired for so long. 6-time Grammy winner, not nominee, winner, BeBe Winans in the house. BeBe!
I'm glad to be with you, sir.
Man, it's good to see you, Doc. Good to see you. And you're looking well.
And you're looking perfect.
The Lord is good and there's nothing wrong with your eyesight. Listen,
yes.
man, it's so good to have you here with us. Of course, I know that you're out and about promoting a new project.
Yes.
It's been a while since you've done one.
It's been almost 10 years since I've done
that long?
Yes. And it wasn't that I was doing nothing. I was behind the scenes, which is what I love, being behind the scenes.
Greenleaf, right?
Greenleaf, executive producer of the first season of Greenleaf, musical director. And as well, I've been focusing on my musical. I did a musical, and it's about to walk into Broadway.
What?
Yes, sir.
What's the name?
It's called Born for This. And, you know, Born for This, also, I'm releasing a book about Born for This.
I was going to say, now, wait, because we had another interview there. Born for This, so there's synergy between the movie, the play, and the book.
And the book, yes. And the musical was first.
I just spoke that into existence, you know that.
You know
the
what?
Movie, the movie.
No, but you're in sync, because I was having a conversation years ago, 12 years now, with Roberta Flack. She was being a part of one of the celebrations I was putting the music together for. So we're on the phone just talking about the thing that we had to do, and then she detoured from that conversation. She said, "Baby, when you gonna do that musical? You got to write that musical that's inside of you about you and your sister and your family story."
Just like that.
Just like that. And
she didn't even know.
No, because I hadn't started doing nothing like that. This was like shocking to me. And then she said, and then it's a movie after that. And then it's that. And I remember hanging up the phone saying, Roberta didn't take her medication. I don't know where that came from. That's what I said to myself. 4 days later, I'm in Montreal visiting a brother of mine, and I walk into the hotel room, honestly, Lee, and like a faucet came on, and I sat there and wrote the first draft.
It just started downloading.
And it became the first draft of what is now the musical Born for This.
We're going to come back to that. But we're getting ready to do a music break.
Yes.
Tell us quickly about laughter, because we're getting ready to feature that.
And that's what I love to do. Laughter is just like medication, but it's free.
Yeah.
And so I wrote this song, found these guys in Seoul, Korea.
True Soul Brothers.
True Soul Brothers.
Yeah.
That Donald Lawrence introduced me to, and flew there, did the video there, and I'm just trying my best to let people know, if you laugh a little bit, it'll change your medical history.
Man, well then, I must be in good health then.
You are.
Let's check out Laughter on All Things Baltimore. Welcome back to All Things Baltimore. Hope you enjoyed BeBe Winans' Laughter and his Soul Brothers out of Seoul, Korea, right?
Korean Soul is what I named them. And not just on this single, but I signed them as well.
Really?
So I'm doing an album with them, and every door that God has opened for me. You know what? When God opens a door for you, it's not just for you.
I agree.
It really is not just for you, but it's for others that are coming behind you. And so this show, just like you said earlier, you're opening doors for other people that may not have a name, may not have the means to come on television.
Or the context.
Or the context.
Right.
You know, and so it's important that we reach back and help, because I'm excited about these 4 boys who I think are going to blow the world away. Thank you.
Plus, they can sing a little bit.
They can sing.
Yes.
Not just sing.
If you close your eyes, you wouldn't know the difference.
You think they're from Brooklyn.
Yeah, the other Soul Brothers. Yep. So I want to jump back, because I was fascinated about the musical.
Yes, sir.
And the book. Now, the musical, when is it?
We opened in regional theaters. We actually came to DC in 2016, and had just an incredible
Reception?
I say not just a reception, but an incredible. For me, it defined exactly and just gave me a determination just to continue that road to Broadway, because Broadway is hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, but the God I serve is bigger than any
He's
hard
bigger. That's
on
right.
earth.
That's right. 'Cause he's holy.
Oh,
Broadway is
my
hard, but he's holy.
gosh. And
Yeah.
so I am so encouraged and excited. I wanted everybody. It's called Born for This. It talks about the good, the bad, and the ugly. But I want everybody that sees the musical, that reads the book, to understand you are not a mistake.
Now, you said something in the other interview about the book
Yes.
that completely caught me off guard.
Caught you off guard?
Yeah, because I didn't see that one coming. But
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, yep. But you said that the family name was actually
Yes.
Glenn.
Yes.
And not Winans. Explain that.
My father was born out of wedlock.
Okay.
And his father denied that it was his child. You know,
Okay.
and so my grandmother, as I learned in time, she was 16 years old, and she back then, I mean, the shame that came along with being pregnant without being
You
married.
did what?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! But she decided to have the baby,
Okay.
which was my father, and then he took on her last name, which was Glenn.
Okay.
And so, long story short, when my great grandfather was about to pass,
That's your father's
my
father's
father, who he loved,
Uh-huh.
absolutely loved, had a strained relationship with his father, but loved his grandfather.
Yeah.
And when he was about to pass, he asked my father, "You love me, right?" And my father said, "Yes, I love you." He said, "Then I want you to change your name. I want my name to continue in this earth." And so my father marched my mother and his 7 boys to the courthouse and changed our name from Glenn to Winans.
Otherwise, the question would have been by the Glens.
The Glens.
The Glens.
BeBe and CC Glenn.
BeBe and
It just don't have no
CC
ring
Glenn.
to it, do it?
Not quite the same flavor.
But so it just tells the story of, look, everything in life is not going to be dandy.
That's good.
But God is there no matter where you are and what you've done. You are born for a purpose, and that purpose is great.
Now, let me ask you this, and we didn't ask you this question earlier. Why do you think God bestowed such a mantle of favor on your family? Because your family's been blessed.
You know, you sit there and you wonder and you try to answer that question. And the only thing that I can understand with what God has done with my family, with my sister and I, and everything we've touched, is that favor is not fair.
That's a safe assessment. Yeah,
It's not.
Don't figure it out,
fair.
just walk in.
Don't trigger. No, because it is not my talent. It is not my good looks. You know, and we do look good, but
But
it's
the favor.
about the favor of God.
And he has favored your family.
He really has, and we understand that. So therefore, we can't take the credit, and we can't sit down when we want to, because, you know, just like
What
Jeremiah.
goes with the favor.
Come sacrifice and everything else that goes along with it. And so we are honored to take what God gave us and continue to go through the doors he opens.
So do you guys ever get an opportunity as a family to come together to break bread? You know?
Oh, every third, you know, there's about 100 of us when the last Thanksgiving
Really?
we came together.
Oh, when
which
you
is
bring in the
nieces and
generations,
nephews
yeah.
and the generations, right? And so what we do is every other Thanksgiving, and my baby sister Debbie is over all that, which is a task, you know, but every other Thanksgiving we come in and we spend the week together in South Carolina or Florida.
That's
we
good.
choose to host it. And
That's
we
good.
have a ball. We
And
have
make
a
sure that
great
you
time. Yes.
reconnect the
With everybody, because we see each other, one or the other, all the time, or talk to each other. Very close family, but a very real family. So after that Thanksgiving, you don't want to see another Winans for a good 2 months.
Dan. Where's Dan? Where's Dan?
Daniel?
Yes.
Oh,
you know, he used to play ball
He used to
with
be
me.
in Baltimore, right?
Yeah, he played ball with me.
is
He thought he could shoot.
He thought he was a professional basketball
Yeah,
player.
he thought he could shoot. he had a little soft jumper. He had a soft jumper.
I have to tell him
Just
you
messing
said
with you,
that.
Daddy.
That was
Yeah.
great. No, but he lives, him and Sybil live in Arizona. They've been in Arizona.
Because I lost touch with him
for 10
when he went to
years.
Europe. He went to Europe for a while, didn't he?
No, he moved to Detroit first, and then he and Sybil moved to Arizona. I said, I talked to him the other day, Daniel, why Arizona? It get too hot in Arizona. But he loves everything about it. And his children are there too. They didn't move
Tell
away
him
at
I asked
all.
about him.
I will
We
do
played
so.
ball together.
He will
Yes,
do
indeed.
so.
He'll get a kick out of that. So the new project
Yes.
features Laughter, which we shared. He Promised Me.
Yes.
And what are some of the other songs?
With Tommy and Toby. There's a song called It's All Good that I snatched my baby sister out of. But there's a song entitled Free, Free, which I think is important to let people know that you don't have to live in the past. You can say bye-bye to the past and don't allow anybody to keep you in the past.
Amen.
You know,
Amen.
even the things you've done, the guilt, shame, don't let that keep you in the past. Say bye to that.
Paul said, I press, forgetting those things that are behind me.
Bingo.
And I'm pressing.
But you got to forget about them.
Right.
You got
That's the
to,
key.
and a lot of people like to remind you of that. So you got to let some of them go.
They got to go with it. Yes,
To
indeed.
walk free, free. Another favorite of mine is entitled "Getting Ready to Blow."
Get ready to
You look around, see the signs. Don't ignore the signs. The trumpet is about to blow, and I'm going to leave here with those who believe. And so.
Well, don't leave just yet, because
I'm
we
not
got a
leaving
break.
yet.
We got a break for a commercial, and then we'll be right back with BeBe Winans on All Things Baltimore. Thank you, K-Sal. Welcome back to All Things Baltimore. Before we go, BeBe, listen, man, I've really enjoyed you. I've admired the progression of your career musically.
Thank
And your
you.
family. I've loved your family. Ron, I knew a little bit better than
Yeah,
everybody else
yeah.
because he used to come to
He was my
Baltimore
heart.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
Dan, because of playing basketball.
Then because he thought he could play.
He thought he could play. He had a
Go
little
ahead.
jump shot. Yeah. But man, I really appreciate what God has been doing with you.
Thank you.
Not only with your music, but also expanding your gifts. The musical now.
Right,
The musical. When can we look for it coming this way?
Get ready to save your pennies because it's coming to Broadway 2020.
Broadway?
Broadway.
Okay.
Yes. And then
So we're going to have
after-
to take a trip to New York.
And why not?
Of course, we can
Take
do
that
that.
train and come on up there and celebrate with us. And then after the Broadway run, a national tour and an international tour. I mean, it's been unbelievable what God has done with that. Because of that, I wrote the music on the new album that's out. And so I'm just simply taking my journey. I've taken my journey in the last 10, 12 years, and I put it to music. And I'm excited, really, to share that now with people.
You've put it on stage, on paper,
Yeah.
and to music.
Yes.
So synonymous, all three
All
are sharing
three.
the same message.
Same message. Didn't plan that to happen, but I know God has a greater plan
Many
than I
are
have.
the plans of a man's heart, but it's the Lord's purpose that shall prevail. He set it up.
He set it up.
So at the end of the day, in this season of your life,
Yes.
what are you hearing in your spirit and what are you seeing?
I'm hearing what we don't really understand, and that is love your brother.
That's good.
Love your brother. And that is you need God's strength to love your enemies,
Right.
to love those who hate you.
Right.
And despise you. And so that's where I am. I'm loving, I got news about someone who came into the courtroom and had nothing to do with the situation and testified against me, right? It broke my heart. This was a close person.
Somebody that was close to you.
Close to me. And the judge used his words to throw the case out.
What?
It was quite amazing.
So what the enemy meant to do you
I saw
ill,
that. Lee, I saw that. I mean, I sat there and said, this is unbelievable. The word of God is true. Now, 10 years down the road, he's been convicted of something that is so hurtful. I felt in my heart love and prayer for him.
in spite.
In spite of what happened to me 10 years ago.
Is that the message you would leave
That's
them
the
with?
message I would leave. For those who have been despised and hurt and talked about, have the strength, and ask God for that strength,
Yeah.
to love them. And when you love them, just like Job, he told Job, pray for them that did that. And when you do that, God blesses you in a way that you never dreamed
It opens
of.
you up to another realm of his favor where we started.
Unbelievable. So
Man.
that's my word.
Man, listen, I appreciate you. You got to come
Sir,
back and see us again because
I will.
I enjoyed this
I
conversation.
enjoy, and we
Yeah.
ain't gonna be on no time limit.
No,
This
we're going
is-
to just kick it, okay? We're going to just kick it. BeBe, appreciate you much. Much continued
you.
success. For those who want to get the project, they can download
They
it.
can download it on Apple and Google Play, everywhere music is sold, and even buy it in the stores.
Buy it
There's
in the
some
store. The
stores,
stores
CD.
on the left.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
left.
yeah.
They're waiting there. So I'm excited to go around and appear, because, I'm allergic to tours.
Yeah, I understand. But we just want you to appear. We don't want you to tour, okay? Come back through our way, man. We've
Thank you,
enjoyed you.
sir.
God bless you and God keep you.
Thank you.
And likewise, I hope you've enjoyed this up close and personal visit by BeBe Winans on the set of All Things Baltimore. We'll be back next week. Until then, as always, I love you with the love of Christ. But of course, the good news is Jesus loves you more. God bless.